Ivo,
Hi,
hello
Misha. How
everybody.
are you?
Very good. And hello everybody else who's tuning in. Thank you for coming in to ADC Live. Today we have a very exciting topic about LumApps mobile app and the mobile experiences. So we're very excited to kind of get you guys through it. Uh, if you're where it's nice and warm, I hope you're enjoying the weather. If you're nice and where it's nice and cold, Ivo, I don't know how the weather is like on your side, but hopefully you're staying warm.
Bright, warm, and spring it is definitely here. Well, I have the feeling that spring is also here for LumApps and their release note, right? So
Yeah.
plenty of stuff that is hitting the production environment. So very excited to know more about it.
So first of all, just a reminder, we have comments turned on. So please, if you have any questions, post your comments in our LinkedIn, in the LinkedIn page that we shared, and we'll be monitoring those intermittently to provide feedback and to respond to them live. So pro tip of the week, since we are talking about the mobile app, I just want to kind of call out to everybody's attention that to improve your mobile native app experience, and if you have links, hyperlinks in the contents, it's always a good practice to have those hyperlinks open up in the app, in the native app, as opposed to having it open up in a browser. So if you do have that, if just those who aren't aware, there's a feature flag that allows you to activate deep links in mobile. It's not a new feature; it's been around for a few years already, but just I thought I'd call it out here. And obviously, this enhances the experience, opens any links directly in the app itself, and where possible, it does provide a better experience for the user. What we're excited about, so just you might have remembered our table of contents widget that we currently have, which is vertical. We now have a new in a mode which is horizontal, going across the experience. So now there will be there'll essentially be a button that allows you to choose the kind of mode uh, in the extension settings, horizontal layout or vertical layout, depending on the user preferences. Obviously, this one helps with keeping things a little bit more wider versus the vertical one is more in line with the a native with a more traditional knowledge and wiki view. I'm sorry, I have a cough, getting over a cold. So that's we're excited about. So I'm very happy to go into our LumApps mobile app live, and this is actually a very good time to let me switch my screens so that we can see the setups directly in LumApps. So one second, let me add another. Um, Here. So so now you can see both my application as well as my screen. So we're going to go back and forth between LumApps, the backend settings, and the what you see on screen. So this is a really simple homepage layout. And throughout this webinar, we're actually going to work through enhancing it a little bit. So let's just go first down to where we are in mobile settings as a platform admin. That's where you can access all the settings for mobile, and you can choose which where do you want the results to display from which sites and which for communities and search results. You can obviously customize, add your custom logo, which we did here. Then you can choose to have the primary color in the navigation. So that's what we did to kind of enhance dark mode, which ADC has we're big favorites, big fans of dark mode here. So we have dark mode enabled with our dark mode support logo. Then you have some basic features here. Login, you can add a custom link here to display for LumApps login. Here, this is where you can build the navigation. And as we go to the mobile app, navigation really is, when you go to explore, this is where you have the navigation in this area. Let me just get this icon out. So you have destinations that I added, projects, teams. I wanted to have it reflect somewhat our home site experience, but not everything. So that's why you can obviously have it reflected. You can copy it, or you can customize it as needed. And it's exactly like adding any content to a library through a content picker. You can add navigation item and choose a section, external link, content list, community, etc. That's kind of what we did. It's a very straightforward experience that, assuming everybody knows how to add navigation, work with navigation, so it's exactly the same thing here with mobile. Finally, this is where the nuts and bolts are, and this is where it gets interesting. So if I go back to the mobile app, so first on the home page, have a personal welcome message. I have some feeds, which we're going to update shortly. And through here, you have the content streams that I've set up that are currently, and we'll walk through those a little bit. Then we have the communities that are the community feeds that I've selected. And then we can do people search, which is a really great tool. Kind of go in, search for somebody, look at their contact information. I'm looking up Evo. You can follow them, right? See where they are. If he has his information, his phone number, I can contact him here, find out who his manager is, who works for him, etc. So it's a really quick, nice way to find employees in the org. And then finally, we get to main navigation. Besides the navigation that's down here, in this area, you also have social advocacy feeds, directories, videos, all those kind of things that if you do have play, you have those videos in this section as well. So on the homepage, let's go back here. So to edit, so first of all, in this app, you can have several of these configurations for different instances, but I have it. Let's just work on the default one. So here, again, you can add the logo, individualize one, override what's in the general customization settings, choose visibility, choose, so here's by default set to all. Then I can choose where the notifications can be sent from by selecting the site. Then you can choose which features are enabled on the app. So everything we see here, right, that's what's enabled here. So I haven't enabled learning, I haven't enabled other things here as well, but videos and these kind of things are enabled. So go to configurations, I have videos and homepage. Let's go to homepage first. So here we see my welcome message. That's here. Good afternoon, Misha. And then just put two content streams and then communities with a shortcuts in the bottom, with the shortcuts. And that's something that I think we'll get into towards the end, right, Theo? So
Sure. Yeah. Well, impatient whenever.
that's something that you will just add using micro apps with the mobile application. And by the way, obviously, we know that with Beekeeper, there will be a lot more improvements and enhancements, a lot more cool things to do, but we'll get into the micro apps with the mobile app in about 10 minutes. So first, the homepage configurations. So let's say, for example, I want to add a new section. I want to make it look a little bit cooler. I want to have make it more like a featured and banner look. So I go to content stream and I select the content stream. And here I have three. And I want to choose relevant content for me. So for example, I'll choose this one. This is a content stream that I already have set up. I'll add this one to the page. I'll do OK. So now I want to put this one up like this. And so that's the first one that I did. Now, in this case, I'm going to save first. Now, with most of these changes, I'll need to log out and log back in to see all the changes reflected. So I'm not going to log back out just yet. I want to build this experience out just a little bit more so we can see how this is done. So I've added another content stream. We'll see what that looks like. Now what I want to do is I want to, so we have something in the let's say we have something called alerts. Let's say you want to create an alert in the mobile app. So let's set up an alert, see what that looks like. I'm going to choose a source site as ADC. We already have an alert based content type here. I'm going to choose that. I'm going to do add. Let's go upstairs. We'll bring the alert up because that's where the alerts ideally should be, right? Let's put it maybe above the welcome message. And maybe I want to add one more thing here. I want to add a link. I want to add a link to the to a survey, that somebody can take from a mobile app. So let me go to call to actions. I'll create a new CTA. Let's call it take our survey, exclamation mark. And I'm not going to add a description, but let's say I'll go to the homepage. We have a survey already set up. Let's say on the people ops page, I'm going to go here. So on this page, I already have a survey which I took, but I still have it here. So I'll just take a link from it, copy it. I'll go back here, add the link, paste. I'm not going to add a thumbnail. I just like the text to display as is. I'm going to do OK. Then I will go up, bring the call to action. Let's say I want to take it in between these two content streams. And now I'm going to do save. Very important. I want to do save right now. And I'm going to do OK. Great. So now I'm going to X out because you need to see to see these updates, we need to log out. So let me log out of this application and let me log back in. So I'm just going to do it here privately because I have other accounts that I don't want to be shown. And let's say here, continue and select an ADC. Okay, great. So now, perfect. So now we have a whole new experience here with the mobile app. It looks a lot richer. First of all, I have these very cool cybersecurity alert, suspicious activity going on. So that's interesting, right? Before I didn't have it, now I have that link. I click on this link. That'll take me to the page that I already have in LumApps in a content type about cybersecurity alert. I can go that and then go back here, right? I still have my welcome message. That's great. Now I have this really cool personal content or relevant content for me. I can see more if I want to, right? But here I just kind of have these things I can scroll through. These are using the LumApps highlight for feature, which this is like a legacy feature, an old feature. I wouldn't say legacy, but it's an old feature that's still great, still used to this very day. I enjoy it very much to bring personalized content in the platform. Then as we go further down, we now see this take our survey button. So this is really nice. I'm going to click this button, and this allows me to go ahead and take a survey directly from this page. Now, I already took the survey, but here, let's say I want to update my answer. I can do it here from this page. Who will win next FIFA Cup? Let's say, France. I just submit. And so I just took the survey again. We updated it, and I did it all from the mobile app. I was able to push a call to action directly to users when it's relevant, and I can update this call to action anytime, and users will see it within either when they log back in or within 24 hours, as Luna says on their documentation. And then you have the rest of the things here. Now, before we get into micro apps, I just want to. I know that we've added these content streams. And you might be asking, well, where do we add content streams from? Because we have the configurations here for the homepage, I can see content streams here. But what if I want to add new ones? So LumApps has content streams set up in the content strategy section. That's where you can add new content streams, and these content streams are also used on the mobile app, as well as in this area for for segments, campaigns, etc. As well. So this is where you can add new content streams. This is where you can modify them, change the title, relevant or irrelevant, whatever the text is. You can change those labels, update visibility of them, and choose the mode. And what I'm using here is the spotlight mode. That's what you see here. that's what I'm using, and the one below that, the one that are knowledge and wiki news, these are all using list mode. So this is basically setting up using. This is where you can create content streams, and then in the mobile settings, that's where you can go and add these content streams here into your into the homepage feed once the new content stream has been set up. So that is a that is an overview of essentially LumApps mobile experience, updating the homepage, adding links, adding uh, links / call to actions, and updating content streams as well as updating the homepage. Now, what you've seen just now here at the very bottom of the homepage, we have something called shortcuts, and this is actually something that Ivo will tell us about.
Yes.
Micro apps. So Ivo, I'll turn it over to you. Ivo, do you want to share your screen, or you want me to continue on this?
Yeah, of course. I can share my screen now. So just 1 second. I'm going to remove you and add myself. So thanks a lot for the attention. So the very first thing that he wanted you to notice is that it's not January the 9th, it's not 9:41 a.m. And if ever you are curious about this, that's because Apple, whenever you connect your iPhone through QuickTime, it's going to impose that date and the time. You would wonder why, right? Well, that's because that's the very first time that Steve Jobs has showcased the iPhone um, on scene. So that's an historical moment, and it was 2009, I think. So, well, apart from the trivia, let's have a look at how do you integrate micro app into your mobile application. So, in this case, everything begins from the micro app, right? So it's in the section extensions of your platform. You go, you pick your favorite micro app from the library, you install it, and then you enable it, right? So here, activation. I'm not telling anything new here. The second step is about creating a new content where you are going to add a widget micro app, display a micro app, and you pick the micro app that you have just installed. This is the second step. Now let's go to the third step. The third step is about creating a new directory. This directory is going to have a link to your micro app, the one that you have just installed. So here I have edited well, I have created a new directory. I have called it micro apps, and then I have added a new entry. The entry will be to that page that we have seen on step 2, right? So this page has a link. You get this link to this page and you add a new item in your directory micro apps. Just to show you, it looks like this. So that's a link to a content, and the slug is a quote of the day. So that's the same page that we have seen. And last, but very important, here in the mobile app configuration, we have that section that Misha was speaking about, configure section, the shortcut section. So first thing first, you need to add that section shortcuts. And once you have added it, then you pick the second element here, use features and a directory. You pick the directory that you wanted, and that directory will be displaying, well, the content of that directory will be displayed directly on the shortcuts portion here. So let's open this. And now that quote of the day that we have seen is going to be displayed here, pixel perfect. So that's the very same quote of the day micro app that we have seen on the web application, and now it's being displayed directly on your on your mobile application. So that's wonderful, isn't it? It's very easy then to add any micro app that you would have installed on your Lumos instance, also on the mobile application. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ivo. That really is great. So this brings us to the conclusion of today's session for micro apps. We first of all, we greatly appreciate any feedback you can offer us. In fact, just a reminder, feedback can be provided on the Hive, our partner space, ADC, a partner. On if you look it up in the spaces, and you can take a survey, take the survey and give us your feedback here. We greatly appreciate it, and tell us what more you'd like to see on this topic of mobile or anything else. Now, remember, obviously, mobile, you can also customize the logo on your dashboard. To customize the logo on the dashboard, there's a couple ways of doing that. One is to have a shortcut that links that is a device managed shortcut that links over, but that way links over to the responsive view. And then the other one is the other way to do it is really asking LumApps to create a new app instance with your brand, with your logo. So those are really, there's other obviously ways of doing it, but that's something that LumApps can do for you. And that's anything. I know if there's anything else you'd like to add on the mobile topic.
No, I think that it's all for today. So thank you to you watching this video in this moment. Thank you very much for your attention, and very happy to see you next time.
Ivo,
Let
you
us
want to
know
talk
your
next so the next couple of sessions we have LumApps Analytics and Platform Logs APIs with Ivo. He'll go deeper into some of the technical things and some of the more importantly use cases that can be built with Platform Logs and within LumApps Analytics. And also we'll go a little bit deeper to the marvelous spaces. And those spaces have been experiencing a lot of changes. They're I think one of the highlights and one of the most involved things that LumApps is investing into for good reasons. So we'll go a little bit deeper into some use cases around spaces in mid-April. Okay, thanks everybody for tuning in. Huh?
It's April the 1st, but it's not April Fool's. The
Ah,
next.
right.
That's it.
This April Fool special. Thanks everybody for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, you all.
Thank you.